Folks, welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast. The first time we're on a Thursday in a very long time. Back in the Dizzy, this used to be a Thursday podcast, but then I was like, why not make it closer to Raw? You know, we have a lot to go over. Happy to be back. Obviously, you can kind of hear it in my voice. I'm still a little under the weather.
A little raspy.
A little raspy, some may say. I've definitely been raspier earlier in the week. But yeah, we are here. I'm happy to be here. We do, obviously, we do quizzes and we have fun on this show. I'll tell you once, I'll tell you before. My favorite thing is the podcast. So I'll tell you, I've been missing it. Tuesday and Wednesday came and went. I was like, we got Saturday's an event to talk about. We got Raw to talk about. I haven't been able to give my takes and spew my nonsense. Jimmy, how we living? How's been the week before we really dive into things?
Grateful for the day. Grateful to be here. Real. Happy to see you. I missed you, buddy. Happy you're on the up and up. I wouldn't say you're fully back. And then of course, update on the phone background. It's a real picture now. It's a real picture.
Yeah.
Manifestation done. Let's go.
Apparently works.
It works, ladies and gentlemen. It works if you just. Good things come for those who wait, and you guys waited for this podcast, and today we have a good podcast for y'all. Yeah,
I'm excited. We have a lot to get through. Before we get there, though, folks, a couple of plugs. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on everything. Tell a friend about the show. We're trying to expand the show and grow our audience, become the biggest wrestling podcast in the world globally. But more importantly, patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling is where you're gonna find a bonus episode. We're gonna be chatting. We have a bunch of your questions. We're gonna be telling stories. We haven't even talked since like Halloween. But yeah, so that's the that's the plug. Obviously Dynamite was last night. I'm sure we'll tap into Dynamite toward the end of the show. But folks, I don't know, let's just get right into it. I think some of the biggest news, regardless of your phone background. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion, folks. We have CM Punk is the new World Heavyweight Champion, defeating Jey Uso. And actually, excuse me, I guess this is this would be the second biggest news of the week, because I believe the first biggest news is
oh no,
the SCW Predictions Championship has been retained. I'm not calling it a sweep city. It's only 4 matches.
Yeah.
So I think it's a sweep town of a prediction.
Yeah.
But Saturday's main event, and we're obviously going to talk about Saturday's main event. Here I am on record. Now that it is moved to Peacock and off of NBC and network television, I do think for some reason it has a lot to do with it. But I can fully say, Saturday's main event, stuff happens. Hey, stuff happens.
I think that was the best Saturday's main event in recent memory. I think,
by a mile.
You get some pretty good matches. The only thing we're lacking is where the hell is Jesse the Body Ventura? We got to find out Jesse.
I didn't even think of it. You're so right. I didn't even think of it. It would have been, God, I wish I saw him heard him for that J Punk match.
That or like his commentary on Jade. I'm sure that would have been very interesting.
Yep.
But yeah, bring back the Body. I hope he's okay. I hope we can bring back him to Saturday's main event. But a very good Saturday's main event.
Yep.
I was sports entertained.
Me too.
I did a live stream. I was at a buddy's house, so then I kind of did. Yeah. I did like 3/4.
Oh yeah, I saw the clip.
Yeah,
I jumped in for a little bit.
Yeah, I saw. Thank you. I appreciate that. By the way, I did like 3/4 of the stream kind of by myself. They were in the other apartment downstairs, and then for the main event, by like some kind of like grace of God, they all happened to come up right when the main event started, and everyone starts chatting. And I'd say this, even the casual fans. Not so fond of Jey Uso, which really surprised me. It kind of disappointed me a bit. We had some lengthy discussions about Jey Uso and where we're at right now in the WWE and wrestling. So that was kind of interesting to see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna dive all into the Jey Uso hate. It's so crazy. It feels like the Jey Uso hate's always been there. It feels like, one, he's getting harder to defend, and two, it's even more extreme. And he lost the match, and the hate feels heavier than it's ever been.
I know.
We're gonna get into all of that. It was one. Oh, to wrap up the SCW Predictions Championship, the next time it will be defended is, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, will be at AEW Full Gear on the 22nd, and then the week after that will be defended again on the 29th at Survivor Series. So I have a couple weeks to kind of,
Well, I mean, there's a big show this upcoming Monday Night Raw in Boston with we have a World Heavyweight title match.
At this point, we're just putting on the line for SmackDown and Raw.
I'm joking. joking. But I'm going to that show in Boston. I think you're kind of mulling it over right now. I cannot wait. John Cena's last time in Boston. I already put it out there. If the guy doesn't wrestle and have a match, I'm making a diss track to the guy. I'm serious about it. He has to have a match, but that's next week.
If a match got announced, a John Cena match, I'd buy my ticket today. But that's the only thing. I don't love the card. I don't love I would love to see Shinsuke and being there for the moment of John Cena's last time in Boston. It'd all be special and worth it. We did look some balcony prices have come down.
Yes.
It would still break the bank a little bit, but it'd be more worth it than like a $200 ticket or whatever.
Of the tournament matches, they're not the sexiest matchups. They're the meat and potatoes and like solid workers, but like there's definitely going to be some surprises later on in the tournament, I think.
Yeah, women's world title. Women's tag titles on the line is going to be fun.
And women's world title, Raquel and Stephanie.
Okay,
on the line.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. That was like it's not but
not predictable, but
on paper it's not a terrible card.
No. I'm pleased with it,
but I'm just not.
I need a John Cena match though. That's the thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people are now speculating we're gonna get the because we're in Boston, the Carmelo Hayes like ruthless aggression moment, which like would be cool to see. Like I'm just nervous. It's why I'm 50-50 on buying a ticket, because I think they would fully do the tease of him not having a match. Carmelo Hayes, just play along. Carmelo Hayes music hits, ruthless aggression. They have an impromptu 7-minute match. You know what I mean? Like I could fully see that happening.
Or Metalingus hits and we get an all time.
or Edge pops out.
No.
I just want to know, even if I hear a rumor. And I'm not someone that really loves to like hear the get spoiled and whatever, but like if I hear a dirt sheet say like, oh, he's expected to wrestle, then like that's enough for me.
But even like the Sammy match a few weeks ago, that was kind of impromptu and a surprise.
Right, that's what I mean. I could see something like that happening again, where he's like, screw it, I'm in Boston. Come on, Mello. I could see it happening. I could see it not happening. But I'm
gonna watch him have a match next week in New York. Oh, that would really grind my gears.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. But they he didn't wrestle in Springfield, so I don't know. But okay, we're gonna go to. We'll circle back to all of that. We're gonna talk about Jey Uso too and everything. We're gonna talk about the tournament more in depth later. But CM Punk, new World Heavyweight Champion, defeated Jey Uso. Before we get to the Jey Uso side of things, CM Punk, new world champ. Someone had to walk out with the title. It was my prediction, but it makes sense to me, especially hindsight 2020. A lot of people are calling it the big red, reset button, or the big red like put it on CM Punk button. It works. I think he'll be a fun champion. He's always compelling. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any immediate thoughts on it?
It was the right move.
Yeah.
A solid, okay match. Of course, the viral neck breaker is all anyone's talking about, seemingly.
Yeah, like, god damn it. This dude, I guess we'll lump it all in. I
don't mean to kind of dive into Jey, but
I guess
that part of the match is very talked about.
You can't really talk about the match without talking about it. I'm more so just thinking like timestamps. Yeah, like, not to interrupt you about it, but it was a good match. I liked that match. I thought it was very compelling. It was back and forth. I think the stakes obviously helped it out tremendously. I think it was a real 50-50 on who was going to win, maybe 55-45.
I think it kind of slow to start and then really picked up.
Yeah, I agree. And then the internet's going to do what it does. It takes the 5 seconds of a match, the neck breaker that was pretty tough, and that's what everyone's talking about, and everyone's using that 5-second clip to be like, see, he sucks, and he can't wrestle for a life of him. Now, do I disagree that he, another big conversation is that he gets pretty gassed during his entrance, and him running it back might not be the best idea. People are debating whether it's a shoot or not, of Punk, maybe kicking him afterward and then getting the water, being like, wake the fuck up.
I saw a big rumor saying people were saying Jey Uso was high for the match.
I saw rumors he was intoxicated, whether he was high or drunk, which is like, God,
what's that based off of?
Fuck
up. Just fake news.
He botches one move, and I'm not even like, I feel like on this podcast I come across as if I'm like the biggest Jey Uso fan in the world. I'm not. I like him, but like, he's not in my top 15 of favorite wrestlers right now. You know what I mean? But it's the fact that the other side is so hard pressed on like see this 5-second thing of him fucking up a neck breaker? He's the worst wrestler in the world. He's not. It's so cherry picking, and just like the internet's gonna do what it does. So it's why it prompts me to like defend him so hard, even though like in actuality, I couldn't give two shits about Jey Uso.
We listed like 8 or 9 wrestlers that we'd rather see than Jey Uso.
100%.
But then I find myself in the same scenario
100%.
where I'm like defending the guy because again, people love to speak in hyperbole and be like, he's the worst wrestler ever. No, he's not, dude. And like he has earned this spot. And actually, kind of looking at the whole big picture and considering that like he, you know, earned the spot and then got a big main event match at Saturday night's main event and then lost to CM Punk. I kind of rather that be him than LA Knight or an AJ Styles losing in that spot in a short TV match. So I think, you know, that actually kind of worked out for the best. And the people, I read a comment like, how come Triple Nose didn't put, AJ Styles there? Because that would be the most, best match possible.
Yeah.
Well, because it's on Saturday's main event and they only probably had 10 to 15 minutes to go. And again, you're going to have Punk beat Styles and kind of bury and ruin his momentum when he's a tag champ right now or even Dom in that spot. So it's so frustrating, man. But overall, like I thought it made the most sense Punk winning here. Seth cashed in on him, so you can kind of go to the point of like, the Money in the Bank in its entirety is kind of like a cheap win. So Punk lost the title originally after beating Gunther, and he really earned it in that moment. And then here he is again, earning it again, Saturday's main event. So it's just this unfortunately felt way more about Jey Uso losing and the discussion around Jey Uso than it did Punk winning the World Heavyweight Championship, which is supposed to be but the conversation overpowered it a bit.
That's what I mean with like Jey lost that match. Jey didn't win the world title, and he's getting all this like, fuck you, Jey, as if he won it in a cheap way. He lost the match and had a pretty solid match. Yeah, he did fuck up a move. Like, that sucks.
Braun Breaker had a pretty bad, part of the main event tag team match. He kind of also was working with Punk and really flubbed up, and Punk didn't kick him in the head, and there has been no criticism about Braun Breaker. So it's just funny how like people love to nitpick things. And again, like my friend Jack was on the stream kind of going off about his kind of dislikingness of Jey Uso.
Did he know like any lore beforehand, or he was just like what he was seeing?
He's a casual fan of the current product, but he's like really in depth and like we'll watch highlights on Twitter and keep up with it that way. He must have showed me that neck breaker 4 times throughout the night of like see, and I'm like, dude, it's a wrestling match. Nothing is perfect. It's
even like I watched that match live, and did I watch it live? I might watch it the day. I watched it live. Because I was sick. And like it's shocking how watching it live, that move passed me by. Like I was like, oh damn, that was weird, and that's like it. That was the extent of my thought behind it. It's just like crap, or geez, or whatever. And then like obviously saw like the water bottle, and I was sure in the back of my head I'm like what the hell's going on? That's it. And then to see like that's the biggest takeaway between. Which we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna say her name, and I know this is it's gonna stimulate you. But like Jade Cargill winning the world title, and you know what I mean, and it being a very solid show. That's all anyone can talk about. And I guess to the point, it's all we can talk about because we're here fucking defending the guy.
And it gets so kind of confusing and weird because like we're painting this picture right now, and you would think that we're the only Jey Uso fans on earth, but again, in the arena, there isn't like one person I can point to and be like, oh, that person isn't eating and he's very upset. So it's like, I get, but it was interesting to me to kind of be at a party and kind of talking to casual wrestling fans, and all of them kind of sharing the same sentiment of like, oh, we're tired of Jey Uso, and like we don't understand why this tag team guy is here right now, and kind of they're kind of I kind of pointed out when I hate being on the offensive for Jey Uso and defending some of WWE's decisions, but like, them pointing out that he's not ready for this spot and like, so it gets so frustrating.
But at that point, it's no slide to your friend. Yeah. But what that kind of points out to me, and it points out what I think is the greater thing about Twitter. These people who are saying this thing, these things, they're not watching the show. They are speaking, whether they are the Twitter, what do you call them, goblins or whatever?
Twitter goblins.
Goblins.
1K followers, and they'll crucify you if you never watched a certain match before.
They're not watching Raw or Saturday's main event. They are watching highlights and then doing their viral tweets so they can get 30 cents from Elon. And then that feeds into the casual fans who use social media to keep up. And if all they're seeing is like, Jey Uso sucks, fuck this guy, look at this move, and they want to, and again, I'm not like talking about your friend specifically, but if a casual person who's trying to stay up to date and keep up in conversation and want to sound smart, they're going to lean into Jey Uso sucks. Look at this neck breaker, which is the only thing they've seen. It's the only piece of wrestling they've seen
are
the whole
memes, too. They're making memes. Like
right.
Brock Lesnar destroying the TV or Okada shutting the TV off.
Sure.
Like for all these things that's surrounding Jey Uso, clowning on him. That's kind of like overpowering conversation.
So of course they're gonna be like that. But and I do believe this. If you're watching if you watch the weekly product, I'm not saying you have to watch like Jey Uso, or if you watch the weekly product, you're gonna like Jey Uso, but you're not gonna be such a hardo about, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Jey Uso is a lot like Little Caesar's Pizza. If you don't have a bitch in your ear telling you it's not that good, it's actually not so bad.
It's not bad.
You'll survive off it. You'll eat it. You'll digest it, and you'll be okay.
I've had it like once. I didn't think it was bad. It's not bad.
The worst pizza in the world. But of course, if you have someone in your ears telling you it's crap.
The marinara sauce is good. Like what they call it, like the crazy marinara
bread.
or something.
Crazy bread.
What's the marinara with it? I don't know if that, maybe I should call marinara. I don't know.
Not an ad.
Not an ad. Not sponsored. But yeah. So anyway, we'll go to more of the Punk side of things. As we talked about, it's kind of to me it seems like kind of the reset. Yeah, solid promo on Raw. We were kind of talking about how in the past week or two how this win might feel, and this is kind of maybe gets into more kayfabe talking. Mm-hmm. It feels a little bit like. And I think this is the story of you can do this because Seth Rollins ain't around.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins' whole mission is that as long as he's around, you are not going to be the world champion. Seth Rollins is not around. CM Punk, world champ. And he's out there gloating and I did it and blah, blah, blah. Wait until my boy Seth Rollins comes back around, brother. You know what I mean?
I did point out how Seth's win with the Money in the Bank briefcase kind of feels like a little bit of a cheaper win, but now Punk as this champion post Seth vacating the title, it almost feels like there's an interim slap on the title.
A tiny bit.
It's not true. He is the for sure world champion, and
feels like he's about to spray paint a black X on. You know what I mean?
Maybe Seth. Imagine Seth does that.
Sick. That'd be pretty sick.
So petty. Wow, that'd be kind of sick. But anyway, yeah. In the moving forward too, I mean, I'm not to go. I try to.
No, hey, please.
I'm curious to see Jay's next move because I think what Saturday Night's main event ended, and you see Punk celebrating, pyro going off, and you kind of got Jay sitting there, kind of looking up, and it's kind of like, I think this attitude change is going to be happening, and whether that happens at War Games,
sure,
it could be very, very interesting.
Because there's that popular photo of him like sitting on the sitting outside the ring while Punk is celebrating. I think he posted on something on Instagram, just like I don't know, the middle finger emoji or some shit. So I do think this is whether it leads him closer to the current tribal chief or leads him closer to becoming the former tribal chief or whatever. Like I do think this is gonna start the spiral, and I think it's good. Like I think Jay should lean into this heel shit, or like lean into like, everyone hates me, I'll give you a reason to hate me, or like I don't know. I think it's a good move.
Really dive into being Little Roman.
Sure,
Little Caesar's Little Roman.
Punk keeps on Twitter. He's like, I didn't call you Little Roman. Not to get on my. I was debating because I'm, like I said, I'm feeling under the weather. I don't know how much of a soapbox I feel like standing on today.
Yeah.
However, this Punk guy, man, he loves himself some Punk, huh? This CM Punk guy, the promo, I had a point. I don't know what my point is about to be, but like, I think my point is, am I just gonna say something for the sake of saying something? I don't know if it's gonna get clipped or not. Kind of speaking out loud. Overrated. God, is he overrated right now? He's touting himself as the best in the world. He's not top 15 in ring right now. He's not top 20 right now. He gets out there and he's like, he goes, something, the W Universe. I don't even call it the W Universe. You're all CM Punk fans. Oh, yeah,
that was awful, wasn't it? that was not smooth.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We get it. You love yourself some CM Punk. Oh, we get it. You and your it's you and your wife are the whole universe. We get it. And then here's what I don't like is, and I don't get how everyone likes this. Here's my point. Mm-hmm. being a big CM Punk fan is like being a fan of the Red Power Ranger. It's like cool. You're a fan of like the guy that they call like the popular. Cool. The guy that calls himself the Mr. Popular.
I often think about when his diss towards John Cena was like, "You're no longer the Boston Red Sox. You're the New York Yankees." Well, now CM Punk's the New York Yankees.
I'd say so.
In a lot of sense.
And I and maybe it's just a me thing, but like I don't know why he touts this so much and people cheer for it all the time. He's like, you know, after he's gloating about everyone loving him and everyone being a CM Punk guy and coming off of burying LA Knight in a promo and not even mentioning LA Knight's name.
I know.
He mentioned all these names. I'm curious that's all different. I'm curious what the word is on LA Knight. As someone who's not even like an LA Knight fan, who did he piss off? Did he piss off Punk? Did he piss off Hunter? Like they've been in a feud for 3 weeks and didn't even mention his name when he was rolling down the catalog.
I'm hoping that was intentional for that to be a piece of LA Knight business to kind of mention that, you know what I mean? But maybe not. Maybe it's like I don't want to work with that guy. He's not on my level type miss.
I'm very, very curious. But anyway, the thing that he says that I'm getting at is he comes out and he's like, I came back, when I first came back, I said I wasn't here to make friends. I was here to win championships and make money.
Kind of just added that part, the championship part.
No, I think that's what he said when he first came back.
I'm here to make money. But like you said, you added I'm here to win championships and make money.
What do you? I'm not. I'm.
I thought you just added the win championships part to make it this kind of like aid the whole baby face.
I get what you're saying. And instead of saying I'm here to, because I
think you just said make here to make money.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. So you come out. I'm here to make money. It's like we know that. Yeah. It's obvious. We know you've done X, Y, and Z to show that you. And like here's the thing. I guess I was kind of lost on why I brought this up, but I think the reason I brought this up is because I started to see a bunch of. Okay, sorry, I'm wrangling this discussion in. Mm-hmm. After Saturday's main event, the picture got posted of all the AEW alums with all the world titles, and then the internet's gonna do what it does and be like, Tony fumbled and blah blah blah, and then it's been a whole week of people critiquing and diving into like CM Punk's like AEW, and there's people defending it in terms of like, oh, he was way more pure in AEW. No, he sucked in AEW. No, he's way better now. And like, I don't know. It's just kind of a point being is it's all annoying. I think he's annoying. I think the discussion of it's annoying. I'm glad I think character-wise, just looking at character, I like he's the world champion. I do think that was the right move. And I do think he is a very over and popular and top guy right now. But I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get on my. I don't know. People are being annoying, and CM Punk's annoying, and I don't know. He does all. He's to me. He seems like a guy where he doesn't get a whole lot of. There's not a whole lot of repercussions from his actions. He just kind of does whatever he wants, and then gets rewarded for it, and people love him. Even to look everyone in the face to say, "I'm here to make money," and everyone's like. We love you.
We love giving you our money.
I don't know. It's just I don't know. Maybe that I don't know.
I think it's very telling that you're.
Will this all get cut out?
No. I think we're clipping that because that's going to go viral and that's going to create discussion. That's going to create more discussion for us to be the top podcast in the world. I think it's very telling, though. You're saying all this stuff in a Kenny Omega sweatshirt. Very nice Kenny Omega sweatshirt.
That's not. I didn't even notice. That's not gonna go well.
Yeah, no. So it's gonna be great.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah,
funny.
We're going mega
God
viral.
Damn
but
it.
I think but you're saying a lot of
AEW shill.
Yeah, I love it. Get the numbers
That's
up.
That's a riot. God damn it.
I love it. No, we need this. And I do agree with you in many points. And I think you are someone that does appreciate CM Punk at the end of the day too.
Yes,
longevity wise.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah, of course. But I do kind of share the same kind of thought recently of Punk, where I'm a big CM Punk guy. I definitely took his side in his spat with Kenny in the Elite and all that stuff. But he is, as a babyface, not the best, not the most compelling. Kind of like the CM for me is like corporate made almost since his return.
That's what it feels
to
like.
WWE,
100%.
which is totally against why I kind of love CM Punk and his character growing up and all that stuff. He's become Mr. Wife. I mean, I did like that and a lot of the storyline, and of course AJ Lee returning, that was glorious. But it did kind of make him Mr. Wife a little bit, CM Wife a little bit. And then I think it also just goes to how difficult it is and to maintain being cool and a babyface, because that promo, like you mentioned, like I remember eye rolling when he said, "You're all CM Punk fans," and like how cringe it was for him to even say WWE Universe, because I think those words came out of his mouth and he was like, "Oh, this kind of feels cringed a bit."
Which I'm with. I hate WWE Universe. I'm with him on that.
Yeah.
However, to then just be like, this whole building is here for me and WWE, and I wasn't telling you all to fuck off for the better part of 9 years or whatever.
And then he in the promo lists all these guys that would be great first competitors for the world heavyweight title, and then we just get humbled.
We get humble. Oh yes, okay, yeah. Let's steer out of my people being mad at me. Yeah, Logan Paul, dude. What's the word here? What's going on? Yeah. So okay. So yeah, that's another piece of the criticism that segues perfectly, where people are like when he came back to AEW, it was a beautiful moment. He came back to wrestling. He went back to AEW because like it was a pure wrestling about wrestling company. We're the best wrestle. I don't even like that tagline, to be honest with you, but
love those commercials that they've been putting out though. You see those commercials
where we're like in the office. That shit
stuff,
rocks.
yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Which funny enough, it is very like ESPN sort of commercials.
For sure. Yeah. Stuart Scott, shout out.
But then, yeah. So a lot of and I'm just kind of bringing this up to bring it up, but a lot of criticisms are like, oh great, like you're like you're saying, corporate made Punk. You're back in the company, and you list off all these great wrestlers and and you had your prior world championship run was very solid. You faced people like an MJF and had all-timer matches. Had a great match, one or two with Samoa Joe or whatever it was.
Or even like the amount of times leading up to his world title victories where he would just be working every show, like working Lee Moriarty, working very up and coming wrestlers, and for sure there to put over the younger wrestlers and younger generation.
Yeah,
I think his AEW runs for sure has cleared his WWE run thus far. I think it's probably around the same length, I would imagine. Maybe WWE even more now.
At this point, right? Yeah.
Just crazy to think about.
And then you finally win the world title, and it's like, okay, like we're gonna have some wrestling matches, and CM Punk's gonna, as he, he's like, he's the guy, and he's gonna save everything. And then WWE, and this is more of a comment on WWE, I guess. And then they give him Logan Paul, and I guess the criticism is people are like, and I'm not calling him this, but people call him kind of spineless or whatever. And your first WWE World Championship feud is Logan Paul. It doesn't help the conversation, is what I'm saying, I guess. And granted, that's probably not his decision. I don't know how much, I believe that, like, these wrestlers, unless you're John Cena, how much sway do you really have? If they want to give you Logan Paul, you're going to give you Logan Paul. Especially if you're back in the company for a paycheck, you're going to do it,
I even think that he is now in the total John Cena mindset from, prior back in the day. I think Punk would be like definitely politic not to work with someone he didn't like if he doesn't like Logan Paul. But now it's like he's in the John Cena mindset, guy who wants to be working in the company long term of like, yeah, you line him up, I'm going at it.
And here's like part of it I do gotta say too. I get he's in his 40s, right? He's 40 something. Whatever he is. It's hard to be punk rock when you're 40.
It's true.
It's hard to be punk rock when you're 40. And I also, and this is, I know my whole conversation about this was so wrestling fan pilled. I do also understand that at the end of the day, this is a job, and most of these people don't give a shit about, like, I'm just working with this person as a coworker. But I don't know, maybe me being sick gave me a little more of a pessimistic approach. I've done nothing but been on Twitter for a week. You know what I mean? So it's gonna rot my brain here.
Of course.
But yeah, so the bigger discussion, and it is honestly what the title of this episode I think is going to be. Triple H came into this Monday Night Raw touting new landscape was the word.
I didn't really see any of that until after. New landscape, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's what he was like. It's like, we're in a, which he says that all the time.
New era.
Very funny to come off, like, which granted, a lot happened at Saturday's Main Event, but very funny to come off Saturday's Main Event and be like, this is the next chapter. New era starting now. And that new era is Logan Paul. Sorry, this is the clip. Is Logan Paul WWE's new landscape? That's the title, right? We started off with Raw, him coming out. A lot of people are calling this a ChatGPT booked episode of Raw. Comes out, saves Punk, which honestly, I was kind of like, interesting.
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to try for like a, maybe not baby face, but like a, Logan Paul, maybe, pseudo baby face or whatever. And then at the end of the night, we got Logan Paul turning on CM Punk and then joining the Vision, whether he's the new leader or whether he's just a cog in the wheel or whatever. We don't know yet. What the time will tell as the story progresses. I don't know. He hit him with the brass knuckles. That kind of puts Jey Uso and CM Punk now back on the same side, in terms of sympathy.
I didn't take that as Logan Paul joining the Vision. I think they're kind of interesting. I think they're kind of gearing up for War Games, which
okay, that's fair
it kind of which I don't love particularly, like how they're so far how they've drawn it out, where it's like, why are we doing War Games? Why does Logan Paul before it's even announced and we know that for sure? Like, what is this temporary alliance? Because I don't think Logan Paul is joining the Vision. I could be wrong. I could.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see for sure. I think it's kind of a temporary alliance heading into War Games when those teams will be formulated. And then initially too, when Logan Paul came out, I have heat with Logan Paul. But I think a lot of people online and some people have like go away heat, where it's like, this makes me want to turn off the TV. I hate Logan Paul so much. Yeah. But I still am of the theory of like, I enjoy when we have a legitimate heel who I want to see CM Punk kick Logan Paul's ass. That could make me buy a pay-per-view. And kind of, when he came out and entered the arena after Punk listed all those guys, I felt the collective groans of the IWC. But at the same time, I was like, let's go. This could be an interesting matchup. I think at this point in his career, Logan Paul can kind of run circles around CM Punk. I
didn't want to say it, but if we're talking in ring, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Punk might have to need to force like a slowdown at some point. That's all I'm saying. But given though, we don't know that for sure, because again, it kind of left off a cliffhanger at the end of Monday Night Raw with Logan giving the brass knuckles to Paul Heyman.
Right.
Very ChatGPT-ish. Ever since that stuff came out, I can't get out of my head where everything is ChatGPT.
Everything's AI.
It's tough. Yeah. Even the World Series, which I mean, like kind of a random thing. Like that World Series was so good, I thought it was AI.
The World Series rocked, dude. Yeah, really, I was watching Game 7 live. This shit was crazy.
I watched it cure my friend's depression as it unfolded. It was crazy.
But yeah, I'm curious what I think you are right. This is more of a War Games thing than it is a Logan Paul versus CM Punk thing. I don't know.
I'm just a bit tired though of War Game. Not tired. I think that's a kind of I'm just a bit turned off right now with War Games and even Blood and Guts, where I feel like a lot of this is just kind of they're falling into the Hell in a Cell trap.
On the same, why are they in the same? I get competition.
Yeah.
But yeah, within the span of a couple of weeks, we're gonna get Blood and Guts.
And I feel like the storylines are being kind of forced into the match, where I feel like there isn't many there, like, especially with Seth Rollins' injury, like they're kind of just purposely throwing in multi-man warfare for storylines that really up until right now haven't needed that. So even in the AW side too, I'd say mostly with the women, which I'm excited for the first ever women's Blood and Guts match. Obviously,
stacked.
I love it, but storyline wise, I don't think it really totally makes sense. I feel like it's kind of just having a match for having a match, and then now you're having two Blood and Guts matches. I think that kind of diminishes the match itself, having two on the same card. So that's kind of my criticism, and what are the stakes? They're kind of it's kind of just for bragging rights, or just kind of just warfare for the sake of it. But Cyrus in San Diego, I think, will be a good show. I mean, are you sure that's going to be the title of the show? Because we had a big return too. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but what the hell, man?
I'm done with talking about Logan Paul.
Cool.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it,
folks. Woo. So I can't even. Woo. I don't even have it in me. Yeah, so I was on a little bit of a delay watching Raw. I was maybe 40 minutes behind, and then I'll open up Twitter, and I had a handful of notifications of just
isn't that so funny?
Someone was like, "Are you breathing right now, John? What the hell?" And I was like, "What happened?" I was like, did Io Sky get beaten down or something? What happened? So I was just like, I don't know what's going on. And I think I did get spoiled with it a little bit, but I was like, which isn't a big deal.
But that's so funny how like a iconic legendary wrestler will return, and then that floods your mentions. That's so cool and
I guess
funny.
I'm the Rey Mysterio guy. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that's my legacy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude, Rey Mysterio returned. Great to see him. He's rocking some facial hair. He looks great. And sure, which I haven't seen this too much criticism of this, and I'm not even saying this criticism on my end. Yeah, sure. Dom and Rey have been feuding for, they always have a feud. They've had multiple matches together. But at this point, it is not totally different, but it is
No, it is.
Sure, I guess
it feels
fair to say.
different now, John.
It feels different.
It feels like Rey's no pun intended. He's too small to be in the ring with Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
It's a totally new Dom.
Yeah.
Dom has 2 titles in there. I love the line of you think you're the best Mysterio and he's like, what did he say? He's like, I'm the best Guerrero too, or he said something about like, don't say that about my dad. What did Dom say? What was the line?
He don't talk ill about my father.
Yeah. He's like, you're not better than Eddie. You're not better than just
big
such
crowd
a good,
pop, dude.
So good. Yes, it looks like obviously in San Diego, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. I hope not the retirement match. I mean, like, it'd be beautiful if that is the retirement match. A lot of people are thinking, which this has been speculation for a while. I don't know if they actually do this, but like mask versus hair, or even just like a career match. I could see it being straight up like if Dom wins, Rey retires. Rey was really leading into like as long as I'm here, as long as I'm here, as long as I'm here.
Yeah, but how do you? I mean, that is kind of like a storybook scenario where you have
It's
619 versus 619 in the 619.
It's beautiful.
What?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I just don't think I'm speaking from just, I'm not personally ready for it, especially with him.
It's awesome.
He just returned.
Mm-hmm.
He just returned. I don't want to see him retire 2 weeks after he just returned. You know what I mean? But I mean, he could have returned. He could have retired 10 years ago and have had a better career than most people that get into this business, respectfully.
10 years ago or 10 knee surgeries ago.
Sure.
This guy's given his body for this industry.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful full circle moment, like you were kind of saying. I'm just like, you bring your son into this business, you're working with your son in this business, and your son is the one to retire you fully in character, which, like, there will be a part of me that I hope they break character a little bit. And that's just me, talking, but like, it will stink for me a little bit to see, like, if Rey's last match and if Dom is just like, yeah, fuck you, like, you know what I mean? Like, I would love a hug or something at the end, or just like, you know what?
I love a hug too.
You are the like, take it, you got it now, son. You know what I mean? Like, let's have Thanksgiving together. You know what I mean?
Have Rey beat his ass for the AAA Mega Championship.
Actually, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. If that's the direction you want to go, and Rey can still go for like another year or two, fuck it.
Long live Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I would like to see Rey wrestle for. I mean, he hit. I think he hit a 619 during that promo.
He did.
Guy's so fucking fast. He's 50 years old. You're telling me he goes that fast? Oh my god, I can talk about it all day. But yeah, really, really great surprise. Again, new landscape, 51-year-old Rey Mysterio, and Logan Paul, which I'm for half of that. But yeah, so I think that's great. I don't know if you had any, but it's kind of just a wait and see moment at this point.
I mean, I also like am curious because again, there's been a lot of social media talk even on Dom's end about John Cena perhaps getting a shot at the IC title, which Dom successfully defended in a fun match at Science Main Event against Rusev and Penta. Shout out those two guys too. But like, yeah, could that be shoot in next week in Boston perhaps? Dom versus John, or maybe if Rey were to beat Dom for the IC title, could maybe Rey then give that to Cena for his last match? I don't know. I think for sure if I had to bet something right now before John Cena ultimately retires, I think John Cena gives one of his matches to Dom Mysterio at some point. So I don't think that's going to happen at San Diego. I think the 619 versus 619 is too appealing. Although I don't know if Rey is fully ready yet. Although he did hit a 619 for God's sakes at Monday Night Raw. But
I don't know if we're getting Dom at this point. I mean, how many we have? 3 Cena matches that we could have.
I guess dates. So you got Boston, New York, Survivor Series, and then last match ever. So
he's guaranteed for Survivor Series, right?
Yeah, I think
that's
so,
the rumor.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4.
So
well, let's say potential 4, 2 confirmed. You know what I mean, or whatever. Maybe 2 or 3 confirmed. I don't know. Yeah, I guess they could do Dom at this point. I hope so. I want it to. Well, all right. This is I did want to. We're gonna talk about Jade for sure eventually.
Yes, we need to.
But this feels like a natural transition into where are we at? 40. Sorry, doing timestamps.
You're good.
Yeah, so John, big news, also part of the episode title. It was announced, I'm curious how you feel about it. It was announced that to determine John Cena's final opponent for his final match, his retirement match in when's the
December.
Date? December.
Yep.
It's going to be a tournament. Now, I'll tell you this right now. I did get the words tournament and battle royal mixed up. I thought they announced there was going to be like a big battle royal thing. So I was like, that's happening in Boston. And then the matches were announced, and I was like, oh, tournament. Oh, which is still cool.
And then Boston gets the meat and potatoes part of the tournament compared to, I feel like there's going to be some surprises, kind of more exciting, more viable contenders elsewhere. Because I think the 4 guys that were listed aren't going to be John Cena's last opponent.
That's the thing, right? I think that's part of why I'm not too excited about it. Because we know none of, Sheamus is cool that he's in it. He should be in it. Sheamus is not going to be his last opponent. Rusev's not going to be his last opponent. Shinsuke Nakamura's not going to be his last opponent.
Damian Priest
will be his last opponent.
Weren't you mad at him for something recently? More recently?
Not recently. I'm just not a Damian Priest guy.
I think he did something more recent. I don't know. Maybe I saw one of your.
He keeps on interrupting the U.S. Open challenges.
Oh yes,
he keeps on. This is his second time interrupting the U.S. Open challenge. He keeps on interrupting it because Aleister Black's in it, and it's like he's supposed to be. Again, we're talking about faces and heels. He's supposed to be the fucking face. This is the one match we look forward to every single week, huh? SmackDown's been in the dirt. Raw's been fine. We look forward to this Open challenge. Now Ilya Dragunov's had it. Sami Zayn's had it. We get compelling matches to be at least guaranteed once a week on this goddamn television show. Damian Priest is gonna run in and ruin that for us. We're supposed to cheer for this guy. Oh my fucking god.
That's DP for you.
I guess that's DP. He's fucking feels like he's DPing me every single week. Jesus Christ. So Cena tournament, winner of the whole tournament. We don't really have the full landscape shown. I don't know how many matches there's gonna be.
They showed us a little sexy video with a few people that are very much assumed to be in it. I kind of have the 12 competitors I think are going to be named. So I think Miz.
These are the people that are in the video package?
In the video package, okay, yeah. So yeah, Miz in the video package, which I think makes sense. Yeah. This one was in the video package, but I really kind of hope he isn't, but it does make sense. Solo Sikoa. I can see him taking a loss in the first round. Yeah, I guess
he did beat him at WrestleMania, right?
Yeah. And then LA Knight, I think, could be in it. He was shown. Drew McIntyre, which I now am calling him Screw McIntyre. Penta. Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed. Gunther and Dom. And then that kind of leaves 3 kind of even people who don't even work here.
Yeah.
And then the next day, WWE Vault uploads Edge and John Cena's entire rivalry. Oh, okay. Let's get the internet marks talking. I don't know. And then, of course, Edge, with him, his last time we seen him on AWTV, he did the whole goodbye thing to Christian. Doesn't that kind of feel like it's all coinciding with each other? I don't know. And then, of course, SummerSlam 2006, John Cena, Edge. I was there. I was 10 years old, losing my freaking mind. I was chain ganged up to the head to the toe, and Edge retained the title. So I think if they could rewrite that wrong next week, I'll be a happy young man. But I don't think Edge is going to be showing up as much as I kind of fan the flames of fantasy booking that for months now, and that's getting. Again, it really mean a lot to me if that does happen, because I put out a tweet it's not so long ago. I even made a video on my YouTube page of fantasy opponents and what would it take for an AEW trade of Edge and Cena. Make it happen. Make it freaking happen.
I definitely don't sound like a AEW Tony Khan guy, which I kind of am. I think Tony Khan loves wrestling. I think he wants to, obviously WWE is competition, and I'm speaking out of my ass. It's based on nothing. But I could see Tony Khan, if there's anyone to do it.
Yeah.
I could see Tony Khan if it was he wouldn't give him like Kenny or Hangman or whatever, but I could see Tony Khan being like,
Edge.
You know what? You can have call him Cope.
Yeah, right. Yes.
You can have Edge for a night. I can fully see Tony doing that.
Not to put you on the spot, but like the video I made on my YouTube channel a few months ago was like trading. Do you have like offhand like what would be kind of worth it for in return for AEW?
I mean, if we're like talking like a hypothetical game, I don't think it needs to be that. I just think Tony will just like
do it.
Yeah, I think he would. I don't think it'd be like a trade. If we're playing, no, what are you gonna say?
Well, because like I mentioned, there was 3 spots open. I'd love for it to be Edge, but I don't think it would be Edge. I was wondering if you want to try to guess the next 3, but I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I was gonna say if we're playing the game of it, and there is gonna be a trade. So like I said, I think Tony could just like do it for a night. There were when Edge Cope mentioned Cena, not mentioned by name, but a little wink wink. There were thank you Cena chants in the AEW arena on Dynamite, which I think is kind of lame. There were 2 guys sitting in the front row with like the John Cena Helvetica shirts on, which like, to be honest with you, it's like, don't fucking wear that. Like, I mean, whatever. You can wear whatever you want, but also like kind of lame. But point being is it's Tony's not censoring this shit. You know what I mean? So I could see it happen straight up. But if I want to do a trade, Edge to go over and have just like one match for one night against Orange Cassidy, I want to say, who's like realistic? I don't know. Who'd you say?
Maybe Rhea. Just like, what's it worth? Like a one-time use of Rhea, or I think what just like completely makes sense. It would be like really cool just to do and get it over with. Allow him to call himself Edge. Give him give Edge Adam Copeland, the guy who has had 9 neck surgeries for your company. Allow him to have the copyright name of Edge in the other company.
Oh, I get WWE gives them.
Allow him to call himself Edge.
I like that. Yep.
I mean, that's a good one. Kind of makes sense.
Sure, I'll piggyback on that. I like that.
But we're talking about this. It'd be an all-time wrestling moment in the year 2025.
Yeah.
I do. There's the 3 spots that I didn't name and kind of are speculating. I think go to, and maybe you might agree or not agree. Maybe you have your own 3.
Wait, sorry. Before we get to that, one last thing on Edge, because I do want to dive into that. I do think. Wouldn't you also think, maybe business move wise, like wouldn't it also be kind of like almost like a good idea of like if they let, and I don't even know if WWE would want Edge at this point if they're thinking in this mindset, but if Tony Khan lets Edge go to WWE for that one night, like that's also kind of like it's almost advertising for AEW. One, it's like really good PR for AEW, where it's like, oh, AEW is a cool as hell company, which they are. They're a cooler company than WWE. We can say that. Sure. They are a cooler company. They are a more punk rock company, if you want to even call it that. Wouldn't it be cool? People were like, damn, this Tony, who the hell is Tony Khan? This AEW guy, let him do that. This is kind of cool. Maybe I'll check out this show. We're like, oh, that's where Adam Copeland's been. Maybe I'm gonna, or Edge, you know what I mean?
And be like, hey, by the way, if you want to continue watching your favorite of all time, Edge, he's coming back, and he's probably going to be tag teaming up with Christian to face tag team champions FTR, because FTR, I think, facing Brodito at the next Full Gear. So that's going to be sick, a good match there. So then eventually, if FTR wins there, tag team championship match against Cope and Cage, that would be fire. But yeah, totally.
But okay, hit me with your
So I mean, we saw the 12 other, the 9 other guys shown in the video, so it's kind of heavily expected that those guys will be in it. Which leaves 3 open spots, and of course they cut the tagline of like, oh, people that don't even work here, kind of teasing for Edge. I think the reality of it is going to be, I think Trick Williams from NXT, kind of tie that the whole Mello and him talking to Cena not so long ago storyline, maybe even fighting Mello in a first round matchup. Joe Hendry, I think for sure. And then hopefully Jeff Hardy. I think Jeff Hardy would be kind of a nice one. Whoa. TNA,
Yeah, that's not out of the realm of possibility. Ooh.
Anyone else?
I think that Joe Hendry one is like, when people were saying this on Twitter too, that's going to be the who don't even work here. And that's going to be like the one. I think Joe Hendry for sure. I think Gunther. I think.
I mentioned Gunther. He was shown in the video package.
You said other people that. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Which I was kind of surprised. Not super surprised about, but he's been gone off TV. You'd think you'd want the big moment of him returning, but
I don't think it would happen. I don't even think like the match style would mesh. But like, I would love a co-sign of a Javon Evans. You know what I mean?
Like a lot of people too, they're saying like, oh, put Obafemi in this. If Obafemi's not going to win the tournament,
Obafemi's a great one.
Well, if he's not going to win the tournament, then do not put him in.
I also agree with that. I mean, even like it'd be kind of, I don't know how much I'd love it, but for the sake of they already done it. But CM Punk mentioned Cena during his promo. He brought up Cena again, and he was like, I could face John Cena.
Let me get that in Boston.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
In Boston.
I don't know. Trick Williams is an interesting one. You think Trick Williams over Mello?
I think I could. Oh, Mello was shown in the video package. I think that could be a good first round matchup.
Oh, sorry. I thought this three. I thought this three was just like who you think's the three matches are gonna be.
Oh no! I kind of those three weren't in the video. So there's kind of in my head there's 3 open spots. Because the other guys here I have listed were in the video package.
I misunderstood.
I'm sorry. I talk fast. I'm kind of
no. But I think those like those would be, especially like they really NXT other companies. Jeff Hardy would be a sick one.
With like not too much history with John, but like
even just for like the ruthless aggression of it all. You know what I mean?
Vibes, Attitude Era.
Yeah, interesting. It's kind of all I have on that. I guess
predictions, I think Rusev beats Damian Priest, and I think Sheamus beats Shinsuke Nakamura.
I agree. Yeah, I don't disagree with either of that. I don't think they're going that much farther. I am curious. Like, I wish they'd give us the bracket, because I don't know. Does this mean like is Sheamus going to face Rusev? How many matches are going to be? Like, are we getting more on SmackDown? Like, you know what I mean?
I think they announced that Nick Aldis will be announcing 4 more matches on this upcoming SmackDown.
Wow!
So kind of little by little they're announcing it, and overall the idea of a tournament for John Cena's last opponent I think is fantastic.
I like it.
I think it kind of gives not too many times in WWE that there's a legitimate prize that kind of almost feels bigger than winning the Royal Rumble. This to me feels bigger than winning the Royal Rumble. Getting the opportunity to retire John Cena is massive, and
it kind of like it takes the pressure off of like WWE a little bit. Not that they need the pressure off, but they could just choose one. But it gives a reason. Like, 1, this person earned it, and 2, it's like this just kayfabe. What, this person won the tournament? It could be fucking Santino Marella. If he wins the tournament, he's the last match. You know what I mean? So I like the logic there.
And even to the fact that like this kind of really bodes to the spirit of John Cena. You got to earn 100%. It. You know,
I like that. Who do you think? Do you have a speculation now? Who's going to win the whole shebang?
I mean, Gunther. That kind of seems like the most obvious one, where it's to the point now where it's like I kind of almost find myself hoping that there is a different dark horse that might win, because it's been kind of fantasy booked for so long that it's going to be Gunther, to the point now where it's like I almost kind of hope that it's going to be something very surprising or random, or we do hit the lottery and get Edge or whatever. But I think Gunther just makes the most sense, and it for sure probably will be John Cena's last opponent.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with all that. Like, I also like a surprise. I am also in the camp of just because it's obvious, it's not bad. Yeah. But
I'm gonna appreciate these tournament matches, because I think they're gonna be clean winners, and they're gonna be good matches with stakes too, which is like
unless Aleister Black is in one, and then Damian Priest will come in and interrupt
which probably will happen.
Yeah, it's gonna rock. It's gonna be awesome.
But you know what? Probably Aleister Black will probably cost Damian Priest on Raw next week.
Sure, who gives a shit?
Book it.
Okay, I'm gonna go refill my water.
Okay,
but I want you to celebrate real quick. Jade Cargill is your new Women's WWE Champion, defeating Tiffy time. Have your moment. I'm gonna go take a pause, but go ahead,
guys. This moment on Saturday night meant the absolute world to me. Jade Cargill finally reaching the pinnacle, she's the world champion. Don't forget about WWE Women's Champion. Jade Cargill is the world champion, okay? I've been with this girl since day freaking 1, okay? Her first ever match, her and Shaquille O'Neal versus Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. No, Red Velvet. And from that day one, I fell in love with her. Obviously, the physically embodiment of just like a goddess from Jamaica. Shout out Jamaica, praying for you, Jamaica, and how storybook that was to win during that weekend for Jade. And just from AEW, where she was just learning on the go, which, like, you know, I saw Kurt Angle have an interview the other day kind of explaining, like, Kurt Angle his whole early on career WWE, he was learning on the go, and how that's not normal with wrestling. You train for a long time and then you get to a level. Jade Cargill was plucked from, I think she was from the WNBA, gets a spot in AEW, and takes the ball and runs with it. I was with there for that first match, and then becoming the greatest TBS champion of all time, the best undefeated streak since Asuka, since Goldberg, and then, you know, unfortunately, sort of fizzled out in AEW because, again, she's going to higher ground. Gets to WWE, and is off TV for the first year of her WWE run, and, you know, dealing with the constant, oh, she can't work, she can't wrestle. Here's the thing: the WWE professional wrestling, sometimes the larger than life figures, and, you know, the name you see in the marquee, and the person you see in the marquee, needs to look a certain way. And the way Jade Cargill looks, acts, carries herself, and the work she's put in has made her fully deserve this opportunity to be a victor, to win the world championship here. I thought it was an okay match. A lot more story than anything. I mean, Jade did squash her. Tiffany coming into this match with injury, and for me, she not only did she deserve it, she did earn it. And with the feud with Naomi, Bianca, and even carrying Nia Jax to some pretty good matches on SmackDown, Jade has completely reached the upper echelon. I cannot wait for this world title run to come to fruition and her to have a dominant long reign. And on the other side of things, Tiffany Stratton, it's tough. I think, her overall run, while lengthy, kind of met with some criticisms here and there. I think she has such a bright future herself, but at the end of the day, this is all about Jade. We're in the new era of Jade, and I'm just beyond over the moon.
Jade Car, chill, dude.
Bang.
Yeah, I probably I heard most of what you said. I probably have the same sentiment, but yeah, it rocks. I won't kind of reiterate things too much, but yeah, I like it. I think it's a smart move. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. She was my prediction, but I'm surprised they actually pulled the trigger and did something. You know what I mean? Like, whoa.
I mean, it's about damn time.
Yeah,
from
the way she's been built up, you can't build up. I mean, they do it all the time, but you can't build up someone like that and then just have them fall flat again and again. And it's like, unlike the heel persona makes so much sense and works to her favor way more than the pushed face, I'm a superhero thing. Yeah, I'm excited to see where we go from here. Do you have a guess or a prediction who the first in line?
It really doesn't matter because she's gonna squash him like a bug. I think ultimately though we're gonna be waiting for a triumphant return of Bianca Belair, which is gonna
fucking rock.
It's gonna rock, dude. And honestly too,
Yeah.
as head of Jade Cargill FC, I'm worried because Bianca Belair is super Bianca Belair. She's basically John Cena in 2025 woman version, and that's gonna be a great matchup. And here's the thing: I was celebrating. I was kind of doing my rounds. I should have brought some champagne today, to be honest with you. But the Cretans started to poke fun at me, my posting Jade Cargill. She can't even talk. She can't even wrestle. Dog, she has put in so much.
He'd carry the company for years.
Jade has improved. She's had some good matches against Naomi, and Bianca too. I mean, and the way she's been built up too. It wasn't just instant. She got it. She was off TV for a year. Did to be training, kind of redoing some of her training in AEW, which whatever. But women's tag team champion, and then the triangle feud with her, Bianca, and Naomi. This all was deserved and earned, and I'm just so over the moon, man.
Yeah, I'm with it. No, I do agree. She has in ring wise, she has thoroughly improved. I'm excited to hear SmackDown tomorrow. I'd imagine she's gonna come out grab a mic and be like, do a little talking her shit sort of thing.
Because it's not easy. I mean, that's kind of a stretch, but like, it is easier as a heel to kind of talk your shit and mean it and kind of back yourself up. And, it's tough for her because on social media, she's been like, getting poured with love with all that stuff. And then you be reminded like, Jay, you're a baddie. And then she's like, but at the same time, thank you, everyone. But I don't care. Type thing, which is really funny. But man, I was a big Jade fan. That meant the world to me. I'm so happy.
Have you been seeing, speaking of people that forget their heels, have you been seeing like the Kairi Sane clips?
No.
Of her, like, they're getting a highlight on Twitter where like, because she's obviously with Asuka in like a heel, and there's like a clip where she like on the tag match on Raw, she like got off the apron and she was like waving everyone, high-fiving, like the caption was like, I think Kairi sometimes forgets she's a heel. It's like the fun, which like I think that is her character. She's only a heel because of Asuka,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's funny how she sometimes breaks out of the heel ishness.
I think it's part of her character. I don't think she's forgetting.
I think so
nothing.
too.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. I guess like in kayfabe, it's kind of just like a funny thing. All right, I want to go to wrestler match of the week. Personally, I don't know if you got that. Locked and loaded.
Oh, yes.
I have an idea who your wrestler of the week is. Give me your wrestler of the week. We'll start there.
Wrestler of the week. The storm is coming. The storm is here. It's Jade Cargill. I'm sorry. I'm doing it. I don't think she's been my wrestler of the week.
I don't know.
But it's a long time coming. Jade Cargill, my wrestler of the week, new WWE Women's Champion from day freaking one. I've been on the bandwagon, and here I am, bathing in the riches.
I'm also on Jade Cargill, wrestler of the week. I think it's a massive win. The Punk World Championship win was way more of a reset button, and oh great, you're 40 and you have a world championship. Jade Cargill, we're looking at the future. She put on a solid match with Tiffany. People are excited that Tiffany doesn't have the belt anymore, and it's something fresh, it's something new, and they're gonna fumble it. I'm kidding. I hope they don't fumble it. All right, match of the week. What do you got?
I got match of the week. I'm going to go with Cody and Drew. Cody and Drew, I thought it was a pretty good match, and I was really surprised with the ending. Again,
we haven't really talked. Yeah, we're kind of jumping around.
So it's unfortunate of like, because the storyline, it's tough to see Drew at this point where he's kind of, for sure not going to break through that glass ceiling.
It was immediately Drew to all elite pictures.
It's screw McIntyre. It's tough to be a Drew fan in the year 2025.
Tough to be Drew McIntyre.
It's tough to be Drew McIntyre. No, it's not. Dude, imagine being Drew McIntyre.
I would love it, dude. Holy shit.
I would wake up and just lay in bed and be like, fuck yeah, I'm Drew McIntyre.
You had to pry me away from looking at myself in the mirror. Holy shit.
But then that kind of goes to why I love this match so much. Because you got two guys that are the top of the food chain in the biggest wrestling company in the world going at it. And then just a good, solid opening match. Yeah. And then the finish, too, with Cody, would you say purposely cheated? I mean, that DDT was right at the title.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I do want to talk more about Cody and Drew. Yeah. Let's finish up match and rest of the week. We haven't really talked about it too much. My match of the week, I've been kind of delirious for the past week, so I feel like there weren't any really standouts this week, unless I'm crazy forgetting something. It's been very solid matches. I feel like last week was definitely stronger. If we recorded on Tuesday, I would have said the 4-way tag match on AEW to determine the number one contender would have been my favorite, but we had another Dynamite, so we kind of came and passed. Again, I've been kind of just, delirious. So I went with Orange Cassidy versus Claudio Castagnoli from last night. It's just a very, very just like AEW match. Orange Cassidy is so entertaining. Claudio, it's a crime Claudio hasn't held a world championship in any wrestling company at this point.
Ring of Honor.
I guess in any televised wrestling company or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, this is kind of it's a loosey-goosey match of the week this week.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, Cody Drew, I'm glad you brought that up.
Cody Drew.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of discussion about it of just like we don't gotta talk in circles about the Drew stuff, but
they turned the Scottish Warrior into a rage-baiting teenager and just kind of ruined this guy's aura.
Do you know how lame? Which I did favorite it. Do you know how lame it was? Where after Drew lost, and then he went on Twitter and tweeted out, what was the picture he tweeted out again? He tweeted out something that he's done before. Shit, hold on.
We gotta look this up.
Let's look it up. Whatever it was really fucking lame.
On to the Twitter machine.
He doesn't tweet that much, so I guess it can be easily found. Oh, it was
Cody.
yeah. So he lost. I got to the top of the mountaintop again. Didn't win the world championship, and then tweeted which is one of my favorite wrestling quotes of all time. That referee's trying to fuck on me, which like, cool, man. You lost a world title match in the main event again, and you care so you care so little, and you're not that mad about it, where you're like gonna tweet a meme of your opponent on Twitter. Like, it's so like, and this is coming from someone who has loved. I love the I'm bored at work LOL. Like, I've loved the Drew Twitter sphere of it all, right? I believe last year for the Stache Award, he won the award for best wrestler social media user or some shit, whatever it was. 1 or 2 years ago.
During the WrestleMania 41 stream, we copied him and took the selfie in that stream. Exactly. I'll never forget that. That was so much fun.
But this shit was that's so lame, which is maybe a niche way to look at the match in general. But not that I expect him to win. I don't think he should have won that match. But once you're on the other side of like a loss, then you're just kind of like, it's tough. And then Cody going into heel stuff, which is interesting. Him, the whole stipulation of the match, which was added later. If Cody gets counted out or disqualified, the title changes hands.
Hated that.
What'd you hate about it?
If I'm Drew McIntyre, give $20 to Heath Slater to come in, hit me with a chair. I'm the champ. You know what I mean? Like, decide. I think you could have kind of done that and just said no rules and had a fun little match and whatever.
I guess I don't disagree. What I thought was funny though was after it got announced, then instantly people are like looking at Cody like, oh great, Cody's politicking, doesn't want to get pinned. They just spoiled the winner. Now it's gonna be Drew. He's gonna want a technicality. What are you, fucking dumb? No, that doesn't. What? Jesus Christ! Fucking calm down. Whenever a movie gets announced, I'm not sitting there being like, oh great, I'm gonna try to spoil the whole. I'm not even gonna watch the movie because I already know what's gonna happen. But it was a fine match. You're right. Cody did end up like playing a little heel. He did DDT him right on the title. Which, like, I don't know. I don't have an opinion too much about it yet. I kind of want to wait to see what happens. Which, granted, we'd have a Raw go by, nothing happened. Not that I guess he's more of a SmackDown superstar. I was curious what'll happen on SmackDown then. I guess is my point. But how do you feel about it?
I love Cody Rhodes. Make him say, do what you gotta do to retain your title. Your QB1, pull no punches. I mean, I think you've learned from the greatest of all time, John Cena, and how you lost the title the first time, that you can't play game. You can't hesitate. You can't flinch. This version of Cody Rhodes, I adore. I'd love to see even more tweener kind of mentality of anyone that gets around Cody's world championship, his baby, he becomes vicious. Even if you are a baby face, I think next measures are probably some involvement of probably the most, in recent memory, I guess, kind of like pretty disrespected superstar in Randy Orton. And I say that because everyone wants to talk about the big WrestleMania 42 commercial with, at the poker table. You had Punk, you had Barack, you had Roman, and you had Cody. Where the hell is Randall Keith Orton?
Where the hell is a lot of people? Where the hell is Rhea?
Oh yeah, sure. Put Rhea, put the Kabuki Warriors in Rhea and all of them over those gentlemen. Screw that. But Randy Orton also 100%. in that same category, and like he's often not I think used or utilized in a role of like being that upper echelon wrestling legend.
Would you want to see Randy Orton with a title? In this day and age,
here's the thing.
I'm kind of down for it.
I'm kind of down for it. I think you can do a sort of like a ruthless aggression attitude era type moment, because Randy Orton has many. He's a 14-time world champion.
Right.
He's had many reigns, given a month reign after he beat Vacant, and Triple H beat him, and then the same night, No Mercy, probably 2-hour reign. So I could even see them doing like Randy maybe turns heel, beats Cody, and then Cody almost immediately gets it back before Mania, because Cody at this point is like the company. He's the guy that should have the title heading into Mania. And if you choose to have him lose at Mania, sure, but he's still the guy at Mania with the title. But I think there is room for Randy Orton to kind of pad that stat a little bit with world titles. Sure. Maybe beat Cody one-on-one and then give it back to Cody. I think maybe too a triple threat match, because I'm a slut for a good triple threat match with maybe Drew, Randy, and Cody. The next pay-per-view I think would bang pretty
so
good.
So then Drew can eat the pin.
Yeah, exactly. You're learning, John. Look at you. Hell yeah.
One thing about Cody too, and it's something I always liked about Cody is, and we have a discussion all the time about like baby faces and heels and what's easier and what's more compelling. What I love, and have loved about Cody's baby face run is, yeah, he's a face, he's the head of the company, but he's still a fucking wrestler, and he still doesn't want to lose that title, and he still like has this like aggression. I mean, he'll say a curse word, and he'll be like, "I'm gonna beat you to death." Like he's for sure a face by a million miles, but he still has that like aggression in him, and he still has that like, I'll go to certain ends, or I'll make you bleed, or like whatever. It's what I really, really appreciate about Cody's face character, and it's why I think it works so much, because it's not just so like plucky, I'm all happy and I'm blonde and whatever. It's I have this fucking neck tat for a reason. You know what I mean? I
don't think it was like that in the very beginning. I think it's become like progressing as his character, as any good character of the main movie should. Character development. I
would say probably getting me like out of 39, closer to 40 is when he kind of got more of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it kind of goes to him, learning from his feud against Cena and stuff like that. So love my quarterback. I'm disappointed that I didn't pull the trigger for Halloween. I was going to do the whole dye the hair, get the Cody jacket, but man, there's always next year.
For Halloween?
I stayed inside.
Oh yeah,
I had it's lock-in season, if you will.
I feel it. It's nothing but trouble out there.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. Well, all right, that's kind of all I have. Obviously, we didn't touch upon too much AEW. AEW was last night, but we're kind of getting closer. We touched on Blood and Guts a little bit. We're getting closer to Blood and Guts next Wednesday, which is gonna rock. I'm very excited for that.
Thing is, I love AEW and I love it existing, and I find myself.
I'm kidding.
I know. I find myself when I watch AEW, I get so wrapped up with like kind of always being kind of critic, and like I don't know why that is. I'm trying to be better about it, but I'm fucking so mad about the national championship.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay, I am so upset. You just unified the titles of, I think it was, and now I'm forgetting the words. Again,
international and
the Continental.
Yes.
So you just unified those titles, creating a new title called the Unified Championship that Okada's been having. You're just introducing women's tag team titles.
Yeah.
You have the TNT title. You have the TBS title. And now you're introducing another championship that, I guess already existed in the NWA. I love how they appreciate wrestling history. AEW rocks. But you don't need another freaking title.
More titles.
And then someone mentioned WWE has a bunch of titles. WWE has too many freaking titles too. Everyone's a champion. Everyone gets a pat in the back. Everyone gets a trophy, and everyone's the winner. It sucks.
Have you seen this meme of? I think someone was made a collage of all the champions in WWE, and they had to keep on editing it because they keep on forgetting someone. Yeah. So by the end of the thread, the picture is way more flooded than it was to start, because they're like, oh yeah, and this person's this person. Yeah.
Because I tweeted my displeasure of it, and people are instantly like, well, WWE has too many titles too. I totally agree. WWE has way too many titles. I'm someone that doesn't even like.
I like apples, so you hate bananas.
Exactly.
Sorta, yeah.
But I'm someone that doesn't even want there to be a world heavyweight title. I wish that title never existed. I wish there was one WWE championship, because in my opinion, a wrestling company should have one world champion. Now there feels like there's 80 world champions in AEW, and even last night too. And I'm someone that I only watch Dynamite every so often, and I've been on a pretty good stretch actually.
Yeah.
But the trios championship last night, the Ops are facing a makeshift trios tag team of Hangman Page, Hook, and I'm blanking. Who's?
Who the fuck?
I'm a Hangman Page.
Who in the world? I watched it last night too.
Yeah.
Who in the world was in that match?
And that's my point. And it's like the trios division, which I think I do appreciate a good trios 6-man tag match and the idea of a trios title. But then to the point of the trios, there isn't really a trios division. There isn't too many guys that are we're trios. So focus on the titles that already effing exist instead of bringing this
Eddie Kingston.
How do I freaking forget Eddie Kingston? Shoot me in the head now. But my point is God, just focus on the titles that already freaking exist. it's like almost at this point, Tony Khan is threatening its fan base with new titles every week, and it's frustrating.
It came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he was like, "By the way, new title." My hope, which I don't disagree with you. There are too many titles in wrestling in general, and also AEW for sure. Adding a new title is very out of nowhere, very weird. I like the look of it, if I can say that. You know what I mean? I like the look of it.
Does it have the red strap?
At least, well,
the picture I saw, I think it did.
Yeah, which now that I guess is that like an old picture? I guess I don't know if that's.
I'm pretty sure it's from NWA.
Yeah,
it's pretty. That rocks. I love history.
I saw a thing where it's like it hasn't been used since like 1985 or something. I don't know. How that's
and just
true.
like the name of it, which like it sounds like the biggest title in your company.
What's it called again?
The National Championship.
The National Championship.
Like when you think of college sports, you think of like the everyone's going for the National Championship. It's like, but that's going to be what, your third or fourth tier championship. And I'm really curious of who's going to win this freaking thing. Yeah. And I swear to God, if it's Bobby Lashley, we have to have a discussion about the Hurt Syndicate and Bobby Lashley and AEW being way too into themselves. I think.
You know,
yeah.
The not to come off as if I'm always like defending AEW or Tony, but my one hope, this is like less of a defense. My one hope for it, because I'm with you. If I had it my way, it wouldn't even exist. But I think part of the announcement was like, it's basically what the International Championship was, just kind of packaged different. Mm-hmm. Is that this is going to be like the International Championship was going to be defended like. Every single person that was going to go for it is going to be from a different country and blah, blah. At least this one, it was like, it's going to be defended everywhere. Like, it's going to be defended at CMLL. It's going to be defended at X, Y, and Z. It's going to be here. My hope is that, then this kind of goes to the discussion, do you even need it at this point? Which, again, I agree, of hopefully it's on AEW TV a little bit, but ultimately that's AEW at, which, again, I don't even know you need to do this, but like, hopefully it's kind of held by other people in like, an ROH or a CMLL, or maybe it could jumped around the indies. Like, I'm curious. I don't think / I hope it doesn't become like a mainstay AEW title. Hopefully they lean into the gimmick of it being defended at all these other companies. That way it's like, again, do you still even need it? Probably not. But hopefully that's the at least like grain of salt or whatever. You know what I mean? Let me look up the tweet. I forget what it was, but it was something that was like, it's going to be defended here and here and here. You know what I mean? Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I think that makes sense for the name of it too, defending it nationally. But to me, that just kind of adds to it being a trinket, another toy for a guy to carry around and whatever.
Let's see. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the title is pretty cute.
It's a cool looking title. I can't find it off top, but like I do like, yeah, at least if it's like it's other promotions, then it'll be, I don't know, something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to defend it, but not really. Or give it to Mercedes.
Give it to Mercedes. Yeah, why not? And another thing too. I feel like I've been mostly all negative with any AEW talk, so I will just say I love Willow Nightingale. She's my favorite. I really enjoying her
Babes
work.
Of Wrath.
Babes of Wrath. Big. This is a Babes of Wrath podcast for sure. I honestly wish that, again, I kind of wish there was only one Blood and Guts match, and whether it's if it makes sense for the storylines, if it's only the women's match or only the men's match, I actually do wish Willow Nightingale was in the men's Blood and Guts match with the collaboration. Because she's feuded with the Death Riders.
Her and Marina are the two. Yeah. That's kind of what I thought they were going to do for a while.
I think they should have done that, but there was definitely a large, Powerhouse Hobbs versus Hangman Page? Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that's next week?
That's going to rock. I'm looking forward to that more than the Blood and Guts matches. I mean that wholeheartedly.
Is it I wonder if it's for the title.
Doesn't say maybe Eliminator, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, to go over all the names in the Blood and Guts real quick, the women's match, we have Mercedes Moné, Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir, and the Triangle of Madness of Tekla, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. Over on the face side, we have Chris Statlander, Tony Storm, Willow Nightingale, Mina Shirakawa, Jamie Hayter, and Harley Cameron. Stacked.
Did you hear Tony Storm's commentary last night?
Oh my God, I loved it. She was like,
there was 4 times I audibly gasped.
The one that got me, I forget who she said. She said to either, I think she said to Tony. She's like, Tony, I want you to commentate my next orgy or some shit like that.
Or then like they're like Blood and Guts, how my sheets end up at the end of the weekend. Like, oh my God,
dude, she's the best.
She's the all-time greatest of all time.
But yeah, I don't know. Like real quick, who do we got winning? In terms of what I said the women's. We'll go to the men's after. I don't know. Off the top of your head, who got winning?
Give me Death Riders and then the women's faces.
I got the faces, I think, for the women. And then the men's is the Death Riders of Jon Moxley, Claudio, Pac, Danny Garcia, Wheeler Yuta versus Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. Mostly conglomeration folks.
They got to give Daniel Garcia back the tighty whities or whatever he was wearing before. I don't like the new basketball shorts.
I like the basketball. Yeah, I like the shorts.
It looks too regular to me.
Yeah, he needs something. He needs a little something. Maybe like a little shorter and give him a design. Maybe make him more like boxing shorts.
Yeah.
I love Danny Garcia.
Me too.
I love the idea that he's in the Death Riders. I'm just waiting for it to like hit. You know what I mean? Like I like the look. I think he should be this like badass. Like he's in the hoodie and shit. I'm just kind of just waiting for it to like really sink in because everything's there. The pieces are there.
Have him shave his head. I think shaving the head could work.
But he's such a good head of hair.
Gotta fit in.
I guess so.
Speaking of hair, actually I don't know why I said that, but I'm worried about our boy John.
Who's our boy?
MJF. I'm worried about him. I think he's caught the acting bug. I don't think he's coming back. And you know why I blame?
No, don't
your
say
friend,
that.
And he's on his podcast show.
Friend of the show.
Liam Crowley. I think I'm blanking on the name of the
Coffee Chats.
Coffee Chats. I've never seen Maxwell Jacob Freeman act the way he acted. And I guess he wasn't acting. He was being himself on that show and how much he loves
smitten.
acting. And I'm very worried that we might lose our boy to the silver screen. I don't think he's coming back to wrestling, dude.
Silver lining, though, is in that same interview, he did say, like, I don't want to leave for acting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be the best wrestler. I want to be the best actor. And sure, words are words. But you're right. Where's MJF been?
He's been filming.
Is he currently filming? What's he filming?
I think it's like a horror movie, if I'm not mistaken. But I think he has a bigger part in that. And then I think I read an article that he's caught the acting bug. Well, I mean, which really makes me worried about him.
Here's the thing: is it's and again, it's all speculation, but sure, in that interview, he did say like, "I want to be the best," but I can imagine when you're on a movie set and you're getting paid, a ton of money to not hit that fucking mat, and you're shooting a movie for 2 or 3 weeks, and you're getting salaries for checks. You know what I mean?
And if you're getting feedback that you're killing it and you're doing good and you're loving what you're doing, I'm just really worried that our boy might see the other side and be like, you know what? Not only if I do leave, wrestling, I can always come back as a bigger star, as a bigger movie star.
Yeah, because he is like
he's young.
He's like 20. He's 29.
Yeah.
Which is young. But yeah, I mean, he could go do movies for 5 years and then come back. You know what I mean?
But to any company.
So he was in some movie called Violent Nights 2.
That's when he's filming now, I believe.
Which looks like some fucking like Christmas horror movie. Kristen Bell is in it.
Ooh, I love Kristen Bell.
It's the only name I reckon. Oh, David Harbour's in it as Santa Claus. Oh, I know. It's the violent. Oh, I know this. This is the first one. I think these movies kind of suck. And then he's gonna be in some movie called Floaters that has a real TBA over it. I love the Rosie O'Donnell from 2001.
That's great.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't love to hear it. I'll tell you that.
I'm worried. I remembered a point earlier, which like kind of goes to the whole Copeland possibility, and of course the not wokeness. I was trying to think of a cool thing to say for I guess wokeness for Tony Khan to just be like, I'm all about graps.
Mandami is the mayor of New York.
Hell yeah.
Woke is back.
Yes.
Woke won. We are libbing out.
Yes. Edge is going to be into the B. Tony Khan's the man. After I watched Dynamite last night, and who was the first face I saw after Dynamite was over? Hosting Wipeout?
Yeah.
John Cena. That's all I'm saying.
Are those is he still doing that?
I think he's the executive producer. I think it was a new episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Whoa, that's crazy. Cena to AEW is what you're saying?
Maybe do the switch.
Yeah, but then they can't face each other. What do you mean? The whole point of the switch is for Edge to face.
I mean, don't do it the same week. And I don't think John would have a match for me to show up and be like, hey, Kenny Omega, you're good at wrestling.
You're good at wrestling.
I like you.
Oh, folks. before I keel over here. We're going to head over to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. Kind of killing time for this right error to go away. It happens. We need a new one of these. I think I do have another one. I might swap out. Just a little tech talk to end out the episode. Patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. We have a bunch of your questions. We're gonna chat about, I don't know, probably Halloween. We're gonna shoot the crap. We're gonna talk about me being sick, probably.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, so everyone, thank you for being here. The right error went away. Hopefully that didn't fuck up the audio too much, but you'll know. We'll see you on the other side. Jimmy, I won't touch my nose for you.
Not do it. I don't want to get sick.
You do? You're into getting sick right now?
I am. Stay curious.
See you next time. Bye.
The viral AEW photo post SNME. Jade, Punk, Cody, and then Ricky Saints just like coming in for sure, be getting a XXL John Cena shirt with the parquet of the banners of the Celtics for each championship. Money.
I'm a Star Wars guy.
You are?
I like Star.
I'm
not like as deep to everyone. Well, I got some grapes.
Look at the grapes. Oh, a little trick or treat grapes. Yeah, normalize giving grapes out for Halloween.